our next speaker, Danish, on the stage. Everyone, let's all welcome Danish. On the stage.
Can you guys please stand up? Give a big round of applause to each one of you because you didn't let your failure take you down. You are here to learn public speaking. Please have your seats. I think the topic that Kranti touched is a very good precursor to what I want to speak about today. Raise your hand if you... Let me finish the question first. If you've ever tasted success in your life, how many of you have had failures in your life? How many of you enjoy failures? So do you know how many times Thomas Alva Edison failed before he invented the bulb?
10,000.
He failed 10,000 times for 10 years. Imagine the perseverance that guy had, right? So what people know about me is a person who's done pretty well in his studies. He's an engineer. He did his MBA, very good marks. He's living a good life. He's living a good career. But what they don't know about it is that it's based on a lot of failures. A lot of things that I had to put in hard work to achieve it. So today, I'm going to talk, in the next few minutes, I'm going to talk about some of the failures that I've had in my life, which has shaped my success. I won't be wrong in saying that all of my success is built on my failures. And I'll be going back to my engineering days with a disclaimer. It's not inspired by some of the engineering stories that we've heard today. I've also had a lot of backlogs. So I got off a call with my parents. I was very sad. I wanted to play cricket. But they didn't let me play cricket. I went into my hostel in my room, and then one of my good friend, he came to me, Danish, let's go to the restaurant, let's eat something. I told him, I don't want to eat anything right now. Please leave me alone, let me be. He didn't listen to that. Then I had to use some cuss words to let him go. He eventually left. But he left with sadness. He wasn't my best friend. I shouldn't have talked to him like that. But he didn't know what I've gone through, what I was feeling, right? And then time heals everything. So this happened in the year 2004. It was first year of my engineering. Eventually, I then started picking up studies. I got good marks. And then this was the first failure that I feel where I failed myself. The second failure that I've had happened in 2005. I was very good at studies. My friends used to come to me for studies, and I used to teach them. We had one exam in engineering of applied sciences. I was very good at it. On the day of the exam, I still remember that day vividly. It was really cloudy, and I was going with my friend to that exam center, and he told me that आज बारिश का मौसम है, I think the exam will be bad. I said, no, I'm pretty prepared for it. I've taught all of you guys. I don't think it'll be that different. So we went into the classroom. You remember we have big halls. Then you have the tables lined up in rows. And unfortunately, my seat was right in front of the invigilator. So even if I didn't know the exam, I couldn't cheat. Then we got the exam paper. And when I saw the paper, I knew 70% of the questions that were there in the exam. I said, I'm going to pass or even get very good marks in this exam. Then I started solving the first paper. First question. With first question, I solved it 90%, but eventually I did not get the result. So it was a theorem that you had to prove it is equal to something. I knew the answer, I couldn't solve it. Then I thought, okay, I'll try the OR question. I did that. That also I went until 90%. The results were not there. It was not correct. And then I saw the time. Half of the exam time had passed. And then that feeling came into my mind, Danish, you're going to fail. I've been very good in studies. I've had the most numbers that we've had in our family, in our locality, and even in wherever I've had tuitions. That feeling that Danish, you're going to fail, that crippled me. It crippled my mind. I was not able to think beyond that. For next half an hour, I was just sitting there, blank, doing nothing. I saw my friends. They were right on my left side and also on my right side. They were writing like anything. The people who I have taught, they were giving the exam. They were writing all the answers. But I had nothing on my paper. It was 0 marks. Then eventually I gathered myself. I said, okay, I'm going to write something. I'm not going to leave the paper blank. I wrote something, and then eventually the paper finished. I did not want to talk to anyone. I did not even want to talk to any of my friends because I was going through an internal pain. I mean, getting failed for the first time. I'm very sure if any one of you have had first failures in your life, that's the most toughest. People were calling me, they were saying hi and hellos to me, but I couldn't reply. I was not even seeing their faces. I do not remember who said hi to me. I went into my room, locked myself up, and then my way of relieving stress is I sleep. I slept for next 3 or 4 hours. And then time heals everything, right? Eventually, I was able to cope up with that. I passed my engineering with very good marks. At one point in time in my engineering, I had a backlog of about five papers because failing was becoming a habit for me after that. And then I was able to gather myself up. And it happened because of my friend. He said, Danish, you cannot be leading your life like this. You have to pass these exams. You have to do well in the exam. I know you can do it. I know that you have the capability to do it. Eventually, as I said, I was able to pass my engineering. I passed it with first class. In Pune University, first class is gold standard. It's a gold standard in Pune University. Then I took 1 year break. I did not want to pursue my engineering because I felt that it's not the right thing for me. Then I did coaching of CAT. I did coaching of SNAP. So SNAP is an exam where SNAP is a competitive exam for symbiosis. I had the best paper of my life, SNAP. When I came back to my flat, which I rented in Pune, I told my friends I'm living here for the next 2 years. I've had such a good exam. And when the day of results came, we went to this, we used to have this cyber cafes at that point in time. I don't know if they have them right now or not. We went to the cyber cafe, we paid 10 rupees for half an hour, and then I was searching my score. I failed that exam. I was left shattered. What, Danish, you've wasted 1 year of your life. What are you going to do about it? Raise your hand if you feel you've ever been in this situation. Raise your hand if you think this situation has made you a better person. Then I enrolled to a college which is in my home state. I did MBA. This is where I also met my wife. And then from there on, I think my life has been pretty good. I've been living my life. I want to do everything that I do. And I think I also shared with you all yesterday, the only regret that I have, I couldn't pursue cricket. Other than that, I've been living my life. So my ask for you is to always see the positive in failures. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of the success. This is what I want you to believe in. So the message that I want to give you is you are right where you should be at this moment in time. Thank you for being a lovely audience.